You guys ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you from the city of lost angels, the tabernacle of the fallen angels. This is the Reverend Dr. Feelgood. Now, people, I want to tell you that we're here to say it no longer pays to pray. You pray to pay. And so the good Reverend Dr. Feelgood, coming to you straight from the tabernacle, bringing the cameras in on the congregation even as we speak. The Lord has blessed us in so many ways, wouldn't you say? You know, we got up on the right side of the bed today. Could have been different yesterday, but anyway, the good Reverend Doctor wants to say to you that he's bringing his choir back here behind the band. Every tabernacle has got to have a band. It is not a tabernacle if you don't have a band. It is just a church. A church has an organist, but a tabernacle has a band and a choir and a congregation. Now the thing about congregations is, in order to play, they have to pay. You know, the good Reverend Doctor is here for your pleasure, because the Lord wants everybody to have a really happy day, especially the band and the choir and my chauffeurs, because they do have to get me around, you know, and so gas is expensive today. So when the plate is passed among you, what I'd like to say is this: don't be amiss. I don't want to hear anything jingle. No coins. No coins, people. No coins. I just want to hear the rustling of paper. And believe you me, the good doctor, the Reverend Doctor, knows the sound of paper. I can tell you a $5 bill from a $100 bill. Having once worked at the racetrack in my early theological days. What I want to say is this: no fives, no tens, no tens. We do not intend impoverishment in this tabernacle. We want to be on the glorious, brighter, greedier side of life. I mean, after all, isn't that what everybody's after in this day and time? You know, I mean, no desperation, no deprivation, plenty of sacrifice. You know, the Lord wants sacrifice. You know, if you have to put down those fives and bring a 10, please feel free to bring the 10s. 10 and up, you know. So please, this is the good Reverend Doctor from the city of lost angels. Now, no tabernacle is complete unless it is replete with miracles. We have to have miracles. That's the big thing here. And especially in the city of lost angels, where we have lots of lost souls. It is necessary to be out there finding them. And once we find them, we must lay our hands on them. Lay our hands on them, people. Lay our hands on them so that they fall backwards. We want them to fall backwards and into the miracle of the Holy Spirit. You see that? Hear that right? Into the miracle of the Holy Spirit. Because we want everything to flow. This is not a New Age tabernacle, so we do not mean flow in that way. We do not go with the flow, we flow in the go. If it ain't going, we ain't flowing. So folks, let me tell you, you know, none of this passive stuff. You gotta be active in the tabernacle. You gotta be active if you want to be in the congregation. You gotta be active if you want stewardship. if you want to sing in the choir. So if you want to do those things, it's got to be 20 and up. 20 and up. Forget the 10s, 20 and up. Now we're into the higher denominations. Because remember people, that is where the actual word denomination comes from. It does not come from the word for church. It comes from the word for bills, you know, the kind of bill that you have at your disposal. None of this denomination thing. We are not Presbyterians. We are not Methodists. We are not Baptists. We are Tabernaclians. Tabernaclians. And when you are in the tabernacle, the denomination has to be 50 and up. 50 and up. Now I want to hear you going 50 and up. This is not an auction. There's not an auction. Your soul can be sold at auction. We're here to save your soul, not to auction it off. So here's the thing. If you want your soul saved and you don't want it auctioned, it's 100 and up. 100 and up. So you got me now there, folks. 100 and up. So let me say to you, the band needs, you know, they're servants. Servants, I mean, let's put it real clear. You know, when you say, people say to me sometimes, they say, Reverend Doctor, what are we paying for? You know, what are we giving you all this money for? I mean, where does it go? Well, it's not hard to say where it does go. It does go to the gas station. It does go to feed the poor. And these are the poor. I mean, let me assure you, these are the poor. There's nobody rich playing in this band. So it does go to feed the poor and the poor around them, like their families, you know, who could be impoverished. So let me say, we are saving the band from impoverishment, and they are servants of the tabernacle and the choir. So the money does go there too. All those denominations does go there. So when people ask me, Reverend Doctor, what are we getting for our money? What are we getting? You know, that sounds like the most improbable question to me, because I live by faith. I just want to tell you, I live by faith. Now, denomination is not the same as faith. Let me tell you real quickly what the difference is. The difference is this. A denomination is anything up to the number 100. But faith is thousands. Faith is thousands. So if you think that a denomination is going to make the miracle of the tabernacle work, you're right. We need all those hundreds. But basically, when push comes to shove, if we're going to show everybody the tabernacle's love, we need to live in faith. Because faith does support everybody. Thousands of people. Thousands. It would only take thousands. And we could retrieve billions that have been stolen. So when people come to me and say, Dr. Feelgood, don't you sometimes feel bad? Don't you feel bad that lots of money, that people think you're stealing money? Dude, let me tell you something, brother. I am an impoverished thief. An impoverished thief compared to Wells Fargo. You know, Wells Fargo is a real criminal. I'm an impoverished thief. Bank of America is fake. That dude is something way outside the realm of faith. I'm only talking thousands. These people are talking invisible figures. Now, tell me if that don't require spirituality of a kind that you can't even find in the tabernacle. You can only find it in a brokerage house. Thank you. This is Dr. Feelgood from the city of Los Angeles.